What's going on, moms and dads? Welcome to another episode of the Fade You podcast, recapping NFL Week 17, looking ahead to the final week of the regular season, celebrating 2023, catching the second half of the Rose Bowl. It's a good time to be listening to the Fade You podcast. My name is Matthew James, here with the usual crew of dads. Kmart is here, grieving, devastated. He doesn't even know what to do with his life. Tulane got in his way of happiness today. Talk about that in a second. Most of us love to see it, but that's okay. Chris Duke is here. Chris, happy birthday, Dad. How was the birthday weekend?
It was good, man. I'm sipping on old fashioned right now. Our buddy gave us this little mix with bitters and sugar. You just pour the bourbon, let it sit for a couple days, and it's ready to schwap. So I'm enjoying that right now. It's delicious. I'm still buzzed. I'm not letting it stop until I show up to work tomorrow morning.
That sounds miserable. Joe, back from the Bay Area. You get enough rain up there, Dad?
Dude, yeah, it was pissing rain, but luckily everything that we had to do, it didn't rain during those instances. So, like, being at the Niner game was beautiful. It did piss when I went to the Warriors game the other day, and it was absolutely dumping the whole time, getting there and walking out. So that wasn't fun. But other than that, it's great. I'm happy to be back home. It's been a long couple weeks.
Love it. Well, before we get into the NFL and what happened yesterday, we have to talk a little college football. So, I mean, I've known Kyle for a long time. I've been around Kyle after some tough losses, and sometimes it's not pretty, but that's okay. You come down a little bit, Kmart. You still have. I mean, you gonna have nightmares about that fucking Green Wave mascot tonight?
I mean, not really. It's just
smiling at you.
The green diarrhea. We've been on them for over a year now.
Like, I mean, I said it on our preview college pod. Like, I kind of expected SC to lose. It's just more of the fashion I wasn't expecting. So that's kind of what really pissed me off in the moment. But I took 10 minutes, just sat on my parents' couch and thought about things I shouldn't say on this podcast. And then
we are live on YouTube, by the way. Don't get us banned on YouTube.
Yeah, exactly. And then called Chris, and he talked me off the bridge. And yeah, now we're good. Now hopefully Penn State can get me a win, and let's go Bills tonight. Which might confuse you because my team is on the Bengals, but fuck my team, they suck. I fade everything.
So when the graphic gets tweeted out, just to be clear, not exactly what Kmart is personally betting. I know your team does it a little different than mine. I don't know how you guys do it.
They do it more different than everybody. Fuck.
Just
worked once, hasn't worked again.
Yeah.
Our claim to flame this year is 2 5-0s, and now we're probably.
There you go.
I think my goal is to go 0-5 next week and be under 500.
Horseshit. Vanilla Girl didn't get 5-0 this week.
Finish strong.
Yeah, let's just take an epic shit on it.
Joe, are you in the top 100? Because you're a couple ahead.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We're in 38th. 1 point out of the money. So if we go 4-1 or 5-0, we'll get the money.
Yeah, you are
even 3-2. You could.
Yeah, tied for 36th.
Yep.
Top 30 right now, 52, and you guys are 51.5. It's crazy. Like you see how close it is here at the end in these contest standings,
dude,
and you just think
crazy.
back to the ones, half a point here, a winner there, something that you just every single one matters. And
bullshit Dolphins, man. The fucking Dolphins.
I mean, I was on the other side of that, so I'm not going to say too much.
What the fuck was Belichick doing, though?
No idea. Chris, going for it on fourth down, on 4th and 4 on his own, or on the 36 or some shit, or 30. Inexcusable.
What has Belichick been doing all season is my question. I've had a couple of really long drives during my vacation, and I'm listening to the Seth Wickersham book about the Patriots dynasty, and it's fucking awesome. And you just get reminded, like, we all grew up during the Patriots dynasty. You get reminded of how godlike they were and how untouchable they were for so long. and how much of an edge Belichick just had over the rest of the league. And then you watch some of the shit they pull this season. It's like, what are they doing? Special teams mistakes every single week. It's crazy.
He has a defensive coach calling plays. He's missing, obviously Tom Brady, but it's been a minute for that. Good. I hope you die, Cam Rising. Fuck. We're all watching the Rose Bowl right now. I don't know if you meant
that may get us banned from YouTube. It's not what he meant. He didn't mean it literally. Not
I want your
literally
season to die.
Matt,
No.
are you at 50 wins with that 4-1? Or not quite?
49.
Okay, we're at 49, so we need 50 tonight. That might get us in the top 100, and then 5-0 might do something, but still pretty much dead. But it's still a good show. Deece,
top 100s. That's what I told my brothers. We went 1-4 last week. It was horrific, and I said, hey, if we can just finish top 100 at this point, that would be a successful season.
Dude,
that would be something to be proud of.
We had like 3 straight weeks where we either lost or went 2-2-1, and Jared was so over it. Like, I was texting him this week, like, dude, what 5 do you want? What 5 do you want? I sent him, and he was just like, I don't give a fuck. You pick. I was like, all right, cool. And I picked 5 and went 4-1. It should have been 5-0 though. That's fucking horseshit.
It's a good reminder. It's a long ass season. It's hard to hang in there all the way through, whether you're betting, you're in a survivor pool, you're playing fantasy football. Like you get to a point where you're just kind of over it, and it's really hard to stick with it for what does it end up being? Almost 4 months.
Dude, yeah, but I mean, like I said, it just takes one really good week and you're right back in it,
Yep.
And I mean, shit, if we pulled our what's out and did the Super Contest Gold, we'd be in like the top 6 right now.
Yeah. Crazy that one guy's got a 3-game lead in the regular Super Contest. I mean, it's usually a little more bunched up at the top. That guy he must have a few inches on everybody else for sure, I guess. No. All right. We talked Pats. I would like to just talk about the Vikings game first, because I've been saying it all season. Fake good fraud Vikings, and yesterday they showed everybody exactly what they are. It's crazy too, because they tried to get another lucky break. They block a punt in the first quarter and get set up on 1st and goal from Green Bay's 1, don't score, and then Green Bay runs the kickoff back for a touchdown, and that was basically the end of it. So what can we take away from the Vikings? Is there still going to be value in fading them? I mean, week 18 kind of is what it is, but I guess what we should really look ahead to is their home playoff game. We're going to get a little clearer picture of who they may play after week 18's games. Do you guys think there's still value in fading them in the playoffs, or is the narrative of them not being like legit going to outweigh their record?
Is that playing the Giants? That'll be great to fade.
Yeah, that narrative's definitely out there, man. Everybody knows they're kind of fraudulent, and that might get a little bit trendy.
I'm just like, I'm mad. Like I can't believe they flexed the Lions and Packers to Sunday night, because
people
that
are
game
fired
could
up about
become
that.
meaningless.
Don't tell Dan Campbell that.
Yeah, but if Seattle wins, it doesn't mean shit to the Lions. They can't get in.
I don't know.
I just don't understand why the NFL would flex. I mean, in reality, that's great, but that has me thinking, okay, Rams money line. Like, do they know something? Rams are just gonna wax Seattle, because man, those games to me should have been going off at the same time. So they're scoreboard watching. We're watching both. Like that would have been so much more fun. So now, I don't know. Not to get ahead of ourselves. I know it's more of a recap than a look ahead, but that kind of made me cringe.
No, I think it's a good point. A lot of people are pissed that they didn't do Titans Jags on Sunday night, because that is to decide a playoff spot.
Yeah.
And you're right that the Packers game may not be, but I mean, we all know what this is all about. It's all about money and ratings. And when you get Rodgers at home at Lambeau with the playoffs on the line for a really national brand, that's going to get the sweet spot.
Yeah. And that just helps our home field advantage too. Lambeau at night, temperature drops just a little bit more for a dome team.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Matt, what do you make of the incredibly unstinky line of your powerful, strong Vikings only laying 3.5 at the seeking the number 1 pick Bears?
Yeah.
Dead team.
These week 18, and we'll talk about it more in a couple days when we do our full preview. Full preview will be on Thursday this week since there's no Thursday night football, so you can catch us. We'll probably do that live right around when Thursday night football normally would be. These lines are going to move a lot. Really hard to handicap who's playing for shit. Like Kyle, you just made the point, the game may not matter to Detroit. I think you got to be careful when that game doesn't matter to team whatever. Like,
I mean, of course, it will still matter a little bit for them because I'm sure they are going to go into it wanting to take them out of the playoffs if they're not in it. But at what point does their will break a little bit where they just let up? Again, getting ahead of ourselves, that's only if Seattle wins. But, I mean,
right.
I kind of expect them to.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that on Thursday. I think that's an interesting one. What about other things we saw yesterday? Anybody have any takeaways from? I mean, the Niners finally didn't cover. That was
right.
But Brock Purdy looked. I mean, that was great. I mean, that was unbelievable.
Penn State
getting down 10, touchdown drive. Defense struggled, but I mean, is that because there's no film on Stidham? Was that because they overlooked the Raiders because they were sitting a lot of guys? But whatever it was, I mean, they were in a dogfight, and Purdy answered it. I mean, he had the one bad pick, and came back from it. Everyone stepped up. It was awesome. Ayuk coming up big. Robbie Gould missing the potential game winner the first time, so hopefully he got that out of his shoes. But I mean, I was very happy with it. Just they kind of needed a test going into the playoffs. It's been too easy.
Yeah, but I mean, that hardly a test. That's like bottom 3 defense in the NFL. And then, yeah, they put up 37 points, but they also gave up 34, which is not
I know
ideal to Stidham making his first fuking start. So
I
yeah,
agree.
It's kind of.
But like it's still pressure,
but
no matter who you play in the 4. Like they were still playing for the 2 seed. Like I thought stepping up in the face of that pressure was a good test.
And let's not kid ourselves either. That was a Niner home game.
I mean, aren't they all? Aren't they like the new America's team now?
Ugh! Don't say that.
I don't know what to call it. I just feel like
There's
everyone knows like there's more Niner fans everywhere.
Kind of are. There's a lot of bandwagoners out there. That's for sure. It's right everywhere on the West Coast. How about I'd like to ask people if they have any hindsight in celebrating Sam Darnold in the first quarter yesterday. People got real excited about the Panthers early on.
Who, me?
And I was wondering if people have watched Bucs games because they all kind of end the same way, it seems like at this point, where Tom Brady gets some bullshit to go his way in the fourth quarter. Maybe the Panthers shouldn't have signed Josh Norman off the street and had a better plan for Mike Evans because that was kind of embarrassing.
Yeah, because he was a barista a couple days before.
Running a coffee shop.
Yeah, like that's crazy. And I don't get it either because when he was with the Niners, he wasn't very good either. I mean, he had already lost a step. He's not what he was, and I mean, that was a must-win game. Like, I'm more mad I just didn't get the Bucs plus 7.5 when they were down 14-0 because, boom, Evans, 1,000,000-yard touchdown.
Yeah, a few of those.
Yeah,
like multiple.
Shit.
What do you do with the Bucs, Chris? Bucs are going to be in the playoffs. They eliminated my Saints, so I'll see you on the first tee.
Our
People
Saints.
who have listened for long. Yeah, our Saints. Yeah, never
I
forget Jameis. What could have been.
What
do you make of the Bucs, Chris? Do you think the narrative going into the playoffs for them will be they're not good, they suck, their offense sucks, or do you think the public is still going to bet Tom Brady in the playoffs?
I think so. I mean, just at the party I was at yesterday, there was a lot of people saying, "Man, he still got it. Look at Brady, still got it in the fourth quarter when he went down and did that drive." And and you know that narrative you've been seeing all over, oh, Brady just wants to be like the first, under 500 team to win like a Super or whatever, right? If they lose to the Falcons this week, they'll be 8-9. But it's like, I don't know. I think, fuck, man, the proof's in the pudding there. Fucking
Seattle
like you said, they got pretty lucky with that Darnold. He was running all over them. He was doing whatever he wanted. And, I mean, it'll be interesting. I really want to know who they play first round and what the spread's going to be, because I think all of us are probably going to see if they're laying, it's going to be a bait line again, probably. It's going to be like 3. And I'm down to nuke the fuck out of the dog.
Don't forget though that the Seahawks were a 7-9 team that beat the number 1 seed Saints back in the original Hold My Dick Marshawn Lynch.
That was fucking. I had to jump in. Funny story about that. I think I said if the Seahawks did that, I had to jump. I was up in Lake Arrowhead that year, and it was like 34 degrees out. I said I'd jump in the fucking water. I ended up doing it. I was a man of my word, drunk. Jumped in that cold ass shit, grabbed a towel right after, and proceeded to continue to drink. So yes, it can happen, folks.
Would be crazy. Who's in line? I know they're saying obviously 7 will be Green Bay or Seattle or Detroit.
They'll be the 5th. It'll be whoever's in 5th, right? Because if they win the
Who
division,
is in 5th?
Yeah,
Dallas.
Yeah, then they'll play whoever's 5th.
Dallas is the 5 seed.
Okay, so it's a replay of week 1. And that's
At Tampa,
how it works.
though.
Yeah,
so,
exactly.
I mean, so you're telling me Tampa will be a home dog?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Got to take Tampa.
Brady is home dog in the playoffs?
I don't give a
Hell yeah.
shit how old and shitty he's looked all year.
What do you think that line is? Like 5.5? Dead number?
God, I hope so.
No.
Dead number?
I don't know if they'll be that high. Crazy. We'll have to see. We'll save that one, file it away, save it for later. I also want to just chastise the dads. How am I the only one that faded Carson Wentz as a favorite in the contest?
Dad, good job. I was leaning that way too. I especially after you just saw, again, that thing keeps holding. I think Joe sent us it a couple weeks ago. The teams that just played the Niners just get destroyed the next week, and that happened again.
Now.
Damn.
I saw this, and that's what made me want to fade. Can we talk about this mascot for a moment?
That is all-time bad, dude.
What the fuck?
That's more racist than a Redskin.
Dude, that is like, didn't the Clippers come out with like a really stupid looking fucking
bird, right?
And then they had to change it because everybody was like, what the fuck is this? Dude, that's a bad mascot.
So the Commanders go with a hog. Fuck, I love it.
Well,
it shouldn't be that hard.
Yeah, their team nickname is like the Wild Hogs or whatever, and they always called them that. So I think there's a play on that shit.
I just love
that's a bad look.
Shout out Jared who sent us this. He said it actually looks like him. So
red.
We love a little self-deprecation.
Anybody out there who knows Jared at Fat Bills fan, you just love to see it. So yeah, Carson Wentz is a favorite, man. That was a funny one to me. And Ron Rivera didn't even know that they could be eliminated if they lost. So,
jeez,
I can't even tell if he was joking. Some people were saying he was just annoyed by the question and was just like, "Oh, really?" But I wouldn't put it past him and be like, "Holy fuck, whoopsie!"
That team is just a clown show, so it would not surprise me at all. Good effort by your Rams yesterday, Chris. Love to see that. After putting up 50 on the Broncos, great effort yesterday.
Very good. It was part of one of my teaser legs, the Chargers, so that was good. I was very happy with it. It was kind of a hedge, if you will, from my contest play, and it worked out to a T.
Yeah, easy. Very easy.
Is that your Ron Rivera impersonation? So dry we can't tell if you're serious.
Yeah, no kidding. Let's bounce around to a couple other ones. The Ravens still can't hold the lead in the fourth quarter. This is going to be a team in the playoffs that is going to be, I think they could finish, Well, they could win the AFC North depending on what happens in Monday Night Football tonight. Ravens, really want to talk about them going into the playoffs next week, but how about shout out Kenny Pickett? All the dads had the Steelers in the contest last night. 2 weeks in a row, Kenny pulls his cock out. Game-winning touchdown drive late. I mean,
dude, that was a sick fucking throw too in the corner right there.
Yeah,
to Najee. That was dope.
Yeah, that was a great pass. I
Looked
thought
like
they were
he
going to
was
sack
gonna
him.
and he gets out of it. Yeah, I mean, they're just the Ravens are just so conservative. It kind of scares you when you know, especially if you're going to lay points with them. That's why we love, Joe did it. We love road division dogs, especially in the AFC North when it's just they're running. That total was 35. Shout out to Freck's cousin Quan for teasing that down to like 29. Nice push on that one. 16-13 final.
Wow.
I took the alt line under 38.5. So, I think I got 30.5. So that stayed under. I destroyed Sunday Night Football under first quarter, first half. But yeah, we love that. Go Steelers. Look at that. Dude, Mike Tomlin, a little rah-rah Mike Tomlin spot.
Did you guys see how many fucking times Mike Tomlin and Harbaugh have gone off or played each other?
It was like in the 30s, right?
Yeah, it was like 36 times or some shit.
Jeez.
35. That's crazy.
Wow. Yeah.
Two of the longest tenured coaches, right?
Well, Belichick.
You got clowns like Hackett that can't last one season. And those guys just play 2 times year after year after year for 20 years. It's some shit.
Yeah.
That's crazy. How about the Jets-Seahawks game? We kind of talked about it. I think, Joe, you liked on our preview last week, you kind of liked Seattle as a home dog. It kind of felt like Mike White was like being anointed the savior of the Jets, and that narrative came crashing down yesterday. And the Seahawks, who had looked like shit for over a month, finally pulled out a good game. And that was kind of like a textbook Seahawks play, I thought.
Yeah, dude. I was stoked about that one. It was pretty much never in doubt. But I do have a confession. I didn't really watch a lot of football because I was at my parents' house and I had Red Zone on my phone and I was watching a little bit. But my dad is approaching 70 years old and was like, "We're not fucking watching this. We're watching one game. We're not watching them all."
Oh. And
I was like, "Fuck, all right, Dad, you got it."
Purist.
So we had to watch one game in each time slot.
What games did you have up there? I'm sure
we
you had
watched
the Niner game in the afternoon.
Niners, Sunday Night Football, and then we were kind of in and out of I was kind of going back and forth between, but it was mainly the Chiefs game in the morning. Yeah, it was. Yeah, football purist is season ticket holder for the Niners for 25 years. So, yeah, I expect that from
Matt. Only one to take Bronco poop. Us too.
Hey,
never a sweat, right, Matt?
No, never a sweat. Lose with dignity, baby. Scrappy Broncos playing hard. That coach, I heard they practiced in pads. He made them practice it for a losing team that's been eliminated to do that late in the season.
That's kind of hot.
Kudos to the Broncos, man. Like, it would have been really easy to just roll over and die going into Arrowhead and on New Year's Day with nothing to play for, and they actually look competitive. So good job, Broncos.
Wow. Dude, breaking news. Cam Rising is out of the game. Like, I think I got what I asked for here.
Again?
Yeah.
He got knocked out of it last year.
Yep. They just took his helmet from him, and he's walking off all pissed. Yep, they're going right to the locker room.
I see it behind Matt's left shoulder.
Yeah, there he goes.
Wow.
See you, Cam. Maybe one of these guy's been in college for like 7 years, so maybe one of these years.
Let's just get another Pac-12 bowl loss. That would be just perfect. Jesus Christ! Oh, there's a nice pick. Let's go, Nittany Lions!
Woohoo!
Pick?
Yeah.
Let's go.
The new guy just came in and threw a pick.
Second half over, Denny.
Jeez, you guys got anything else from NFL yesterday? I mean, it's kind of tough because so many of these games don't matter at this point, and really, there's a few kind of win and get in scenarios. Week 18. Anything to take away from what we saw yesterday, though?
Oh, dude, I already know my play for next weekend. Titan poop 7, catching 7, 6.5 in some shops. Like Jacksonville beats the shit out of the Texans.
Like, if
Titans
no
look
one
like
here
shit.
follows Joe on Action Network, I suggest you do, because Joe, I saw that play on yours, and I just instantly went on and booked it too. I'm like, this has to be his favorite play if he's booking it this early.
Oh yeah, I booked it. I got 7. It's already down to 6.5. It's probably gonna go to 6. But Saturday night, that's gonna be a fun one. But yeah, Titan poop, that's gonna be good.
Why is it so high? Is Malik back in, or is it
because the Titans can't score? Don't you know? They suck.
Don't you know?
Yeah, didn't you watch Thursday night, Chris?
Yeah,
yeah.
They got Josh Dobbs with no hair.
Fucking do the same thing to Lawrence, baby.
Yeah, Josh Dobbs is the exact opposite of a hairpiece. He has no hair. He's got that thing where you're like born without follicles.
He's like albino, and he has alopecia, or what's it called?
He's not albino. He's a normal colored dude.
Oh, I thought he looks like Villanueva. Remember the guy from Yukon?
No, he's got good caramels colored skin. He just doesn't have any hair.
I know, he's pretty hot. I would suck him.
And he's a fucking. He's like a astrophysicist.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's really smart. They kept talking about Al and Kirk were obsessed with his degree in astrophysics or whatever.
Oh, wow,
impressive, man.
Very impressive.
And he actually played good. He played okay. He played okay. But
yeah, you're gonna hear a lot about rest advantage, right? How the Titans. It's so unfair to put that game on Saturday because the Titans played Thursday and the Jags are on a short week after having played on Sunday. You're going to hear a lot of people bitching and moaning about that on Twitter over the next few days. So that's interesting. Titans have lost how many in a row?
Approximately 943.
Is it 5 or 6?
I said it feels like 5. It could be more.
I don't think they've won since the Packers Thursday game. Remember that I was all over that one.
You might be right. It was like the middle of October. Yeah.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, Jacksonville. Hey, good effort by Houston yesterday. I want to shout out. That was my only loss in the contest. Great effort, Houston. Covered 3 in a row. Home dog against a team you've beaten 9 times in a row, and they couldn't even fucking score in garbage time. I mean, the Jags were rolling out our old friend CJ Beathard.
Beat hard.
And Houston still couldn't score. Just unbelievable. I don't even what are they doing?
Like we were saying in our group chat, I was like so pissed because I was fading the Texans for the past 2 weeks. I'm like, dude, they're gonna come back down the fucking earth. Then I stay away from it, and then they just get absolutely smoked. They are who we thought they were. Same thing with the Colts. The Colts are dead.
A few of our friends, people we know and really respect, were on Houston too. Just completely rolled over and died. Never even.
Matt, you got that great number of 20.5. It still wasn't enough.
I know. I took them live to. I think they were down 20.
21.
Yeah, it was 21-0, and I took 20.5 live, and that still never even got close.
Yeah,
just
crazy,
unbelievable.
Riley had the over 44. Did that hit?
Negative. No.
He probably had he probably had Texas team total as well. We know that hit too, right?
Christ. All right, what should we expect Monday Night Football? It feels like there's been steam on Buffalo today. I think they're up to 2.5. Is that still right? It's 4:30 here. Yeah,
Burrow and Chase are going to combine for 3 touchdowns. That's my prediction.
That's not going to happen, but
I need it to happen.
I'm the only one here that wants. Well, I guess Kmart too. But dude, I said on the pod, the recap one or the other day, I like the Bengals as home dogs. They're not getting enough respect. They already beat 2 fucking good ass teams, high flying offenses this season. It's gonna be Bengals.
Yeah, at first I thought the Bengals were kind of trendy because earlier in the week I heard like a lot of people liking them, and then now I feel like as the week got longer and now today, I don't know if that's public money or sharp money driving that lineup, but it seems like it's more like. And now Denny has spoken and he's on Bills, so fuck him. But
dude, I swear to God, I've seen the ratio like 10-1 on people. Oh, Bills tonight. I swear to God, I've seen like maybe two people tweet fucking Bengal cock, and I'm like, I think it's Bengal cock, man.
Now the lines are favorite 2.5.
I actually just saw a video of a dude dressed in as a Bengal jump off a car onto a table of a guy that was wearing a Bills jersey.
Sounds about
in
right.
Cincinnati, in the parking lot. And the guy stood up and ripped the Bills jersey off and had a Bengals one underneath. I was like, we're already trending towards a Bengals play, and that just solidified it.
Just
Wait,
bet
did
the
you say
over, right, Chris?
The Lions are 2.5? What did you say, Kmart?
Yeah, the lines plus 2.5 for the Bengals now.
Oh yeah.
Let's get
Don't
a
even
3
give you
here.
the full 3.
Yeah, let's get a
How about the
3
over,
here.
Chris? No way these teams don't go over, right? These
How
two
can-
quarterbacks?
28.
Yeah.
28. 24 over.
Well, dude, why don't
Simple.
you could totally just tease
There
the
you go,
Bills
tease the
through
total.
0 and then tease that number down, and then it's free.
Yes.
Like, there's no way it doesn't win.
If these two teams can't get to 45 points, I don't know what we're going wrong in life, right, Matt? I mean, it's impossible.
That pig mascot is going to start flying if that doesn't happen.
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
For anyone listening, they're kidding. They're being sarcastic. Don't do
we're
that.
being sarcastic.
We
Don't do
should
shit
make
like
that
that.
clear. That's not how people should bet.
What do you
It's how
mean?
Quan bets. It's not how people should bet.
You mean, dude, Quan teased the Iowa total down to, what was it, Matt? 24? It ended 21-0. How did it not get over 24? That's simply impossible. I don't know.
Just like Ravens last night, right? All right, everybody. We will be back on Thursday. We'll preview NFL Week 18. It'll be definitely a tough one with teams eliminated and booking vacations and all these narratives about must wins. A lot of stuff out there. Be careful with your bets. And we'll be back to talk about all of that with you on Thursday. One more week of regular season, playoffs next week. We can't wait. Chris, remind everybody what happens sometimes when you bet on poop.
Like the Texans,
Yeah, like them.
you might get even a good live wager, Matthew, and die.
What about the Broncos? What about the
Like
Broncos?
Ron Jeremy, a.k.a. Rising, is out of the game.